Good evening, North Carolina A&T Aggie fans. We are back with another Aggie PrideCast as we wind down to the end of the 2023-2024 athletic season. We have, I believe, one more of these to go before we're done for the year, before we get started on next season. And I've been wanting to talk to this young lady for a while now, just really didn't have the time. They had such an exciting run through the WNIT, and she played such a marvelous role in their season. Her name is Jordan Dorsey. She is the starting point guard for North Carolina A&T women's basketball team, and just want to kind of get a chance to know her a little bit. She was our player of the year, women's athlete of the year at our recent banquet, and certainly well deserving of that. And speaking of which, on the male side, it was Jason Holmes, and North Carolina A&T track and field underway right now. And we know Luciana Weaver qualified for the quarterfinals at the NCAA East regionals. And so congratulations to her. Pebble Scott competed in the 100 and 200, but didn't quite make it to the quarterfinals. So certainly wishing Miss Weaver all the luck in the world. But without further ado, let's get to Miss Jordan Dorsey. Jordan, and she's also an alumni of North Carolina A&T, I do believe now. Yeah.
Yep.
So she's an official alumnus of the university. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about graduation, that journey. Tamron Hall, I think, commencement speaker. So tell us a little bit about that journey and what it feels like now to be an official graduate of the university.
Oh man, the love and support is out of this world. I got it done in 3 years, which was a task, but I got it done. Um, the day was just surreal. Like, it just went by so fast, but I enjoyed every moment of it. Especially graduating with my teammates. Our graduation picture is up there and we all got together. So, every time I look at that picture, I really want to tear up because, like, we really, we did it together. Like, and I love them so much. And it was just a wonderful experience. And just to be able to have my family there support me, and my teammates there support me as well. It was just wonderful. And I'm just proud to say that I'm an alum now.
How'd you pull that off in 3 years with having to play basketball, the demands of athletics? What was your secret? Give us the cheat code.
Honestly, so I did a few college courses in high school, but really, I mean, we work out in the summer, so you take a few summer classes, and before you know it, your classification is just keep going up, keep going up. And before I knew it, I had enough to graduate. And when I found out, I was like, "Whoa, for real?" Bet.
So I have to ask you, in this crazy world of transfer portal and all those kind of things, you certainly graduating early. You certainly had some options. Talk about the love for A&T. What motivates you to kind of come back to the locker room over at Corbett Sports Center?
Well, first of all, my love and respect for the staff. I know they always have my back. And honestly, I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I just don't see an opportunity being better than where I'm at now. The love that I get, the support that I get, the good nights, the bad nights, the fan base. I mean, you saw it at the WNIT. It was crazy,
Right.
and I know I don't have to go nowhere else to get my ring.
Oh man, love the Aggie love, man, love it. You mentioned the love. You mentioned it twice already. Describe that for us a little bit. You mentioned that graduation. You mentioned it as far as it pertains to basketball. Talk about just that love. What is that experience like for you overall?
Just seeing all my teammates, my classmates, just see what we worked so hard for. When I was there, I was taking photos with people I didn't even know, like just because we were graduating, like just because we were happy for one another, don't even know each other. Like it was that type of love. Like everybody was just happy to be there, happy to be a part of the experience, and happy to be degreed. So
Yeah. Now, who on this campus doesn't know Jordan Dorsey, man? You got to be a pretty popular figure around these parts, huh?
they like to go pack out those men's games, but we trying to get it together. We trying to get it right.
No question. Jordan Dorsey here with us, the starting point guard for women's basketball. In terms of the love from the fan base, the staff, all those kind of things, have you felt that love as well?
Me?
Yes, yes. Have you
Oh,
felt?
no, sorry. Um, Oh yeah, absolutely. Even after the games, you know, you walking out, to go see your folks. Everybody telling you good game, like people knowing you by name. They want to support women's basketball. The Alumni Athletic Foundation is just the people really take the time to get to know you outside of and just want to love you, support you the whole way through the season.
You mentioned the WNIT. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Man, you guys just caught such an amazing fire, and just people gravitated to you just once they found out you were in the postseason. It was absolutely incredible. That first night against UNCG was just, oh my gosh, it was electric. It was just truly electric. What was that like for you guys? Because, like you said, in all honesty, it's that's unfortunately not the norm. Hopefully, it will be going forward. But what was
Mhm.
that like for you guys to just kind of be within that atmosphere?
Man, I was excited. Like we felt love. We can always count on that the season ticket holders to show up, but we ain't never seen it pat like that. And it makes you want to play hard for them. Like people that actually came out to support you. It makes you want to go out there and really do the best you can, try to make sure that they come back. Um. So yeah, just seeing all the people out there just coming to support. It was amazing, and we felt every second of it, like every second.
So you beat UNCG, and then you get Old Dominion, and the people continue to come back and gravitate towards you guys. When you saw Malia's shot go in, give me that your first reaction to all of that.
Oh man, what was crazy? It was just like it's like you kind of know it's going in because at the end crunch time like that, the ball finds its way to the right person's hand,
Yeah.
and when it found its way to Malia's hands, I mean, I was gonna crash once it went up, but I'm like, she gonna make it. Like she do this, and I was just so happy. I was so proud of her. Because I mean, if we want anybody shooting a three, it's her. And actually after the game, she was so excited, like she head butt me and bust my lip.
Oh,
Like
oh, that's
it was like so much emotion, but I was so happy. I was so proud of her for hitting that shot. Um, and it was just like a movie, literally. Like the crowd erupted, and it was just like, yeah, it's our time.
what is that relationship like between you guys? Because Demaya said something very profound after the game. He said Malia was open. She's the one that we want to throw it to. But Malia pretty much said that she was really glad because she hadn't shot the ball as well as she wanted to this year. But she
Mhm.
was glad that Demaya believed in her enough to throw her the basketball. How much do you guys believe in each other, despite struggles, despite all the things that go on? How much do you guys believe in each other? What is that relationship like?
Man, like I would bet on them any day of the week, literally. And sometimes I feel like I believe in them more than they believe in themselves.
Mm.
So I think just try being a leader or a captain on this team, just to remind them that you're here for your strengths, and you're also here to work on your weaknesses. But you're here for your strengths, and we're relying on you to try to do that to your best of your abilities. So no matter how, I guess, different her shooting percentage may look this year, we still believed in her, and we're confident in her taking shots. So
No question. Here with Jordan Dorsey. Do you know somebody named Garvis Jordan?
no.
Shout out to him. Aggie pride to him. Shout out to James and Ryan listening to us here on the PrideCast. Like I said, as we kind of wind down this season a little bit, talk about just you guys are well conditioned, but just the mental grind of having to play those extra 3 games. You're coming off a disappointing loss. You wanted to win the CAA tournament, make it to the big dance. You lose to Stony Brook. Talk about what it takes, that endurance that it takes physically and mentally to just kind of gear up for playing 34 games in a year.
It's definitely it takes a lot of heart, a lot of mentally just locking in, and just remembering what it feels like to lose. I think that can always brings me back down to what the main goal is and what the main focus is throughout the season. Um, the staff, they do a good job of conditioning us. We do summer workouts, preseason workouts, um, nutritionists to help us, take care of our bodies, watch what we're eating. But as far as the mental standpoint, I think just long as we know that we can rely on each other, and knowing that long as we have each other, we can get it done. Not so much of like, dang, I gotta do this all by myself. I gotta do all that by myself. Like I think it comes from us knowing that we can lean on each other to pick each other up and get through a 30+ game season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's got to be really hard. I want to ask you about. We talked about UNCG Old Dominion before. I talk about the grind of working for or playing for Coach Rob, but talk about Troy a little bit. They had some ballers, and they like to get up and down the floor a little bit. You guys kind of made a charge at them in that second half, but what made them difficult to try to overcome?
I think the difference were the fouls. I don't remember the foul counts exactly, but a lot of their fouls came off jump shots, and that's not too common. And they were good shooters. Like any D1 player, you should be able to catch a shooter open shot, and they were hitting shots. I know their field goal percentage was pretty good as well. And they got up and down that court. They got up and down that court. So, but yeah, it was a good team. It was a good team.
Yeah, no question. Here with Jordan Dorsey, starting point guard for A&T. I me personally, my opinion, I think you're a baller. Like you just kind of have that baller mentality on the offensive and defensive end. Do you remember the first time you picked up a basketball, and kind of started, trying to play the sport?
So there's this thing at the Y. I don't know if it's like Y's across the country, but here it was called itty bitty basketball. So I think me and my brother were like maybe 5 or 6. And I just remember trying to be the best person on the team. Like, I don't even think we played games. I think we just played against each other, like 7 kids just playing around. So that's like my first memory of it. And that's just been my love ever since.
At what point did you figure, hey, I can do this beyond middle school? I can do this beyond AAU. I can do this beyond or travel ball or however they call it now. I can do this beyond high school. At what moment did you start to feel like I'm in my zone?
I want to say high school. I don't think middle school. I just love the game. I love getting better. I never really thought about what was after high school, what college I want to go to. It was just I enjoyed playing, and my AAU team was just a bunch of friends that played together, and we just happened to be good. Like so, once I got to high school, and I saw that I could actually be an impact on my team, being the youngest person there. I was like, okay, what's next? And as you know, as far as colleges, like I was never the, I want to go here, I want to go there. I really was just trying to get a scholarship somewhere. Like, and Coach Rob reached out to me. First time I talked to him, he offered me. And once I got to know them and all the staff, I'm like, yeah, this is the place for me. It's a place for me. So,
yeah. What do you think? I guess it's a better question for him. But what do you think he saw in you that just kind of made him, intrigued him about you?
I don't know. I want to say because I was a scoring point guard, I don't really think people, or at least when I was in high school, I don't really think that was. Now everybody wanted to score, but then I think it was just like the point guard, they dish everybody, get everybody open. I think because I could score and kind of handle the ball pretty well, I think that was what it was. Because it wasn't my height. I mean, I'm like the smallest person on the team, but and I think, or I like to think that he saw that I worked pretty hard, and I think my grades were good. I was valedictorian in high school, so.
Yeah, you did pretty good at A&T too, from what I saw. You were pretty smart, from what I can see. What tell us what your major was, and that GPA was really really good. So what was your major?
So I got a BS in biology, and I think I finished with a 3.74 with magna cum laude honors.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about just how you handle both situations. being a leader on the basketball team and then turning around and having to be responsible in the classroom. You did it in 3 years. What keeps you focused on both tasks?
Like I said, just remembering the goal, and once you reach those goals, just making new ones. I think remembering how does it feel like to fall short, or just having these different obstacles and the feeling to overcome them, I think just helps me to stay focused, um, and just always wanting to make my folks proud. I mean, and make the staff proud too for believing in me for one. And I always try to make sure I don't let my teammates down, but don't want to let myself down either. Just always trying to work hard, put my best foot forward, and see what I can do.
You make it seem so simple. I mean, make it seem so simple. So biology is there. So we're going to call you Dr. Dorsey one day. Is that the
That's the
goal?
plan. One day, one of these days.
Do you know what you want to specialize in?
I don't. So over the summer, I'm here interning, trying to figure out what I want to do so I can start studying for the entrance exam. But it's between dentistry and optometry right now. So
Okay.
one of those.
Keep the pearlies looking good. Keep the pearlies
I
looking
know.
good. No question. How would you describe your game? Is there a player, a certain player that you modeled yourself after, men or women? Is there some people that you modeled your game after?
So who I really wanted to model my game after was Carmelo Anthony, but we're just not on the same. I'm a point guard. He's a forward slash. So
You
we're
want to
just gonna
stare
throw
down the
that.
rim a couple of times before you shot
Yeah, we're gonna throw that out the window. But I want to say like a Dwayne Wade kind of, Allen Iverson like kind of player. I want to say defense, but I really just started getting on my defense once I got here. So I don't know. I do want to get better at that as well, but I just want to be able to put the ball in the net different types of ways. From the free throw line, in the paint, whatever the case may be, and just try to be known as a pretty good leader, captain. Um, yeah, just do my best to be a good teammate. Just a good teammate.
Would you consider you and Malia kind of both combo guards that can she can kind of take over the point guard at times. You can kind of take over the point guard at times. In terms of that, certainly you're the floor leader in general in terms of point guard. But how do you see that dynamic between you two?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just being able to lean on each other throughout this season has helped us to play 30 plus games. Um, whenever, or that's even interchanging on defense, is like I may have the hardest person to guard for this amount of time, and then we'll switch off once you need one. Like you come on and I bring the ball up this time. Like, so I think just being able to have that dynamic really helped us to elevate our game one, but just to rely on each other and just maximize our playing time as well. So
You mentioned Dwayne Wade. You mentioned Allen Iverson. So you rather play downhill. You rather get to the rim, make things
mhm.
happen, get to the free throw line, those type of things. That's kind of where you're in your comfort zone.
Yes, absolutely, with a full head of steam.
And you seem to be strong. You seem to be, when you get there, you can finish. How important is your conditioning for you?
Very. And I tell this all the time. Like once I got there, like I started, but I could only play like 4 minutes at a time because I would just get winded so fast. So I definitely had to focus in on that. But no, understanding that nutrition and conditioning is just as important as skill, that's when I really started to see a change in my game.
Uh, you come out of Augusta. You
Mhm.
step onto A&T's campus. It's a pretty good team already. It has a winning tradition. What was it like for you to kind of step into Corbett? You have Sean Kelly Darks here, kind of with the point guard. So give me a little bit of that rundown of what that first season was like for you.
It was a lot of observing, a lot of learning. It was really for me just get in where you fit in. If you wanted me to play the point, when our point guard was sick, I played. If he wanted me to play the wing, I played. If this was defensive game for me, then I played defense. It was just really get in where you fit in. My head was down. I did the work. I probably said 2 words the whole season. Like it was that type of thing. So, um, great people I came in with though. Like 3 of the people that was on that team are playing overseas now. Like it was a talented team.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, SK was there and Demaya was there. I remember them really trying to bring me in and get me acclimated to things.
Yeah, no question about that. Give some shout outs here. Sinclair Colbert, North Carolina A&T Sports Hall of Famer, says he absolutely, you're his favorite player. There you go. So your favorite player of a Hall of Famer. So that's certainly high praise there. Tough, hard nosed player and a leader. So certainly great shout out for you there.
Thank you.
Ulysses Cozart, loved Jordan's play since her freshman year. True fan. So you got some love out there.
Thank
I see what you
you.
mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, you got some love, and certainly Harold traveled to many of the Deb women's basketball games. Looking forward to next season. I think I am too. I'm just excited. I mean, you look at what you guys have coming back, and what you have coming in. How excited are you?
Very. And if I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't have been coming back. But I believe in everything that Coach Rob has lined up for us. I believe in getting the right pieces in, making sure that we all have each other back. We're gonna work hard for each other. Um, and I know the staff is gonna pour into us everything that they have, and we're gonna get it done.
No question about it. Let me ask you about, I was going to continue on your journey here. You talked about your freshman year. Your sophomore year, you come in, and now there's an opening there at the starting point guard position. And there's some questions, because the starting point guard from the year before is no longer there. Did you feel pressure at all, or you just don't seem like somebody that feels a whole lot of pressure? You just seem even keel. But was there any kind of pressure for you coming in that sophomore year? Did you feel the doubters?
I did not feel the doubters, which is kind of, I don't even know how I did it, because I kind of just knew that once I got it, I was gonna get it. So because prior to that, I started playing the wing and I got acclimated to it. And I don't want to say it's easier, but it's a lot of less directing and a lot of less leading, which I just got accustomed to that. So I'm like, all right, now I got to talk to everybody the whole time. I got to be a real leader. But once I got it and I found my niche for it and how I made it work for me, I think once I got it and figured it out, I was good to go from there. It was a little shaky at the beginning. I was had to get my handles back right, but it was cool. I mean, it was definitely an experience. And like Malia say, like they really believed in me. My teammates never really thought that I couldn't do it. The coaches never really thought I couldn't do it. They just knew, I just had to figure it out. So once I got it, I felt like I was good.
Sitting here with the baller, Jordan Dorsey. She is entertaining. Do you feel a little more comfortable? Do you consider yourself quiet, more of an introvert? And how much have you feel like you've come out of your shell, kind of being in the A&T environment, that type of thing? But how would you describe yourself socially?
So I would say introvert, but after this past season, how much I've grown into the leadership role, how much that I have bonded with my teammates, they pretty much bring it out of you. Like really, no one on our team can be an introvert with the type of interactions we have, the type of chemistry that we have. So I want to say both, depending on what occasion it is. But they definitely brought out a different side of me that I did not know I had, and I absolutely love them for
Okay. I think they would call that like an introvert plus or something like that.
it.
Somebody who's normally quiet, but in the occasion they can turn it on when they need
Yeah.
to. So,
So
yeah, so it kind of sounds like what that is a little bit. So you've been with Coach Rob for a while now. Uh, Certainly a whole lot of success. Uh, Describe for people who don't know kind of what that grind is like, what it is like to play for a Coach Robinson led team.
yeah. So I mean, if you want to succeed, if you want to reach your goals, he's a big, person for you can't skip steps. You can't expect to get the reward and you skipping steps, you not giving 110% every day, you're not doing what it takes. And as far as that skipping steps part for me was eating right. So once I figured it out for me, and that's when I start to believe that my game began to change. So if you just sit down, have a conversation with him, get your expectations, what your goals are, he'll lay it out in front of you, what it takes to get there. And if you do it, and what's crazy, the man pretty much never wrong. I mean, he know what he's talking about.
No, don't tell him that. Oh gosh, don't tell him that.
I know. I hope he don't see it. But if he said that this is what it's gonna be, and this is what you do to get there, and you do it, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get there. Like, so, I think just believing in him, 110%, trusting with the vision he had for me coming here, which is also another aspect of me being able to elevate my game and just, trust what he was pouring into me, and just try to be the best player, best teammate I can for his team, for this program.
No question. And it's hard to argue with success. It is hard
Mm-hmm.
to argue with success. 6 20-win seasons, 7 postseasons. So it's hard to argue with success. How you guys have certainly a unique opportunity coming up next year. How important would it be for you guys to capture a CAA title, advance in NCAA tournament, especially with your sisters? You guys coming up on your last year. What would that be like for you?
I might shed a tear. I won't even lie to you. I mean, that's been the goal since day one. I mean, and to finally get that, hopefully, I mean, I would be lost for words, honestly. Like, but especially getting it done with them, that'll really send me over the top. But I'm excited. I mean, that's just what drives me to work so hard and try to push my teammates just as hard. Because we just don't want to look back with what ifs and regrets and stuff like that. So
now this season, man, maybe midway through the season, maybe around there, you caught fire. Won a couple of Player of the Weeks. I mean, you just seemed like you were putting up crazy numbers: 20 points, 23 points, 21 points. They were just kind of rolling off there for you a little bit. What was that like for you? What was that? I guess some people call it the zone, but you just kind of got on a roll there, and it was kind of catapulted us toward the top of the standings. What was that moment like for you?
it felt like it has to be now type of thing. Like, you can't wait. You have to turn it on right now, or we're not going to be where we want to be at the end of the season. And I think it was just the will, wanting to win, not wanting to fall short again, and just teammates and coaches believing in you, continuing to pour into you throughout the season and practices. And honestly, I really can't tell you what it was. It was really just everyone's will wanting to win. And it was just a different type of locked in. Like, I don't even know what that was. I just wanted to win. And if my team needed me to drop 20 that night, I was going to drop 20 to try to get us a win.
Sitting here with Jordan Dorsey, so much to discuss with you. We discussed the WNIT earlier, and just the fire and the just all the attention that you guys are starting to get, and just capture the imagination of Aggie Nation. Everybody was just kind of in love with the run, and then we saw what happened with the Caitlin Clark and the University of South Carolina, and just how women's basketball, the ratings just exploded this year with some of the great players. Young lady from UConn. How excited were you to kind of see the growth of women's basketball during this season?
It's definitely exciting. And to see it, as far as, just at A&T was exciting as well, just to see how much, our audience has began to grow and grow and grow. I think it's wonderful. I think at like one time, I think the WNBA, the NCAA women's side, the tickets cost more than the men's side. And I'm not sure when that became a thing, but I think it's just wonderful to see, and everyone's starting to appreciate, what the women ahead of us or ahead of me has done for the game. Because yeah, they put on the show. They can put
Yeah,
on the show.
yeah. And you guys are kind of in that same example. You've been able to stay at the one university for so long to where people know who you are. People know who Jordan Dorsey is. She's been here 4 years. Demaya Tucker. They're just familiar names to people now because you guys have been in the program for so long. So how important is that to the women's sport? That for the most part, you guys have kind of stayed put and without the transfer portal.
Yeah, I appreciate all the love, and just trying to be able to make a lasting impact on the program and the university. Um, and honestly, I don't. It's nothing like it. And no other well, I ain't gonna say no other HBCUs, but I don't think no other team has a fan base like us. Honestly, it's crazy, and I absolutely love it. So
Shout out to William Partee listening to us. Another big Jordan Dorsey fan. Man, they're coming out of the woodworks for you, man. I tell you. Larry Jeter, love seeing your progress since your freshman year. So certainly a lot of love for Jordan Dorsey. First player to be first team all CAA. So you'll always have that distinction for the program. It's probably a little early to ask you this question. Maybe 10 years down the line is a better time to ask you this question. But what is that like for you? Just kind of have that historical marker on your name.
it means the world. Honestly, I was surprised, because I had that stint, the 20+ games, like right in the middle, and towards the end, I kind of like, the numbers just start to go down a little bit. So I'm like, I mean, if you don't get honors this year, that's okay. You got another year. But I was pleasantly surprised when Coach Rob told me. I was very excited, and I think that just was a reflection of what people think of me, and my work ethic, and just them knowing what I really can do when I'm out there.
Yeah, you do a lot of things when you're out there. Now I got something personal for you.
Okay.
There's somebody near and dear to me, and I keep hearing stories of you taking this person who's near and dear to me and crossing him up and making him look bad. And I'm hurt by that. I thought we were friends, but what's the deal? I'm just trying to figure out. You trying to hurt me? What is the deal with that? I'm just disappointed.
When we get in those blue lines at Corbett, anybody can get it.
Respect, respect. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, that teaches him, adulthood or whatever. But yeah, you guys abused him, but hopefully he had fun. I'm talking about my son,
Mhm.
and certainly, you guys welcome him with open arms, just as you guys do. Uh, you know, uh, Talk about just that family atmosphere that you guys kind of build around you and how important it is.
I mean, without it, many don't make it far, honestly, because it can't be done alone. Starting from the team having chemistry, and then the teams from the coaches to the team. Um, the practice players, they came in and gave us 110%, which helped us to excel. A lot of our success also goes to them as well. Um, and I think it's just like I continue to say, just being able to lean on one another. When times get hard, because I mean it's hard. It gets hard. It gets hard. The body starts to want to tell you can't do it, but you got these people, and they be lined up behind the bleachers, the practice players behind the stands, behind the bench, cheering us on the whole way. And I just think that type of belief in the people that you really care about really helps to push you past that threshold to try to get the job done.
No question. Where do you see yourself in about 10 years? We
Ooh.
mentioned Dr. Dorsey. I'm just curious as to kind of how you've mapped things out, or have you mapped things out? Or are you just living in the moment?
I'm just in the moment for real. Like right now, what's on my to-do list is get a conference ring.
Ah,
Then We're going to talk about medical school. The thought about going overseas, it's been up in the air right now. Seeing where women's basketball is going right now, I don't see it being a terrible idea. Depending on, where I can see my game going. Yeah, honestly, right now, I'm trying to get better, eat right, prepare for this upcoming season. And that's about it.
So what does a typical nutritional day look like for you during the season? What does that look like for Jordan Dorsey? You eating some boiled eggs? You got some fruit? I mean, what is that like for you?
So I always kept fruit on me. I mainly ate watermelon, and apples. I ate bananas from time to time, but they just go bad so fast. Like they be hard to keep. Um, and I was cooking. I had to learn how to cook because I couldn't keep eating out. I couldn't keep doing that.
Expensive.
And actually, it was a day I thought I could get away with eating a pizza. I had a pizza one day and Popeyes the next day.
Woo!
And I had a terrible practice the day after that. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know why you did that to yourself. So I just
you gotta have a cheat day though, right? You gotta have a couple of cheat days.
I do, but I was crazy thinking it should have been in the middle of the week. I was crazy to think I could get away with it in the middle of the week. But yeah, I just try to make sure I get some greens in, some fruit, drink a lot of water. That's pretty much it.
Okay. That's sounds like it keeps you kind of healthy, keep you going a little bit, keeps you energized. So what is your favorite food? Like when you want to cheat or whatever, is it pizza? Is it Popeyes? I mean, what does the cheat day look like?
It's pizza and I mean, yeah, Popeyes. I think I was just craving it that day, but pizza, I love pizza.
All right, so you just a straight pepperoni girl, or do you put all the stuff on there?
That's it. Okay. Just pepperoni gets the job done every time.
I tell people that's all you ever need on a pizza is pepperoni. Don't do the extra stuff like the pineapples and stuff. I don't understand that. All you need is pepperoni. That's all you need on a pizza. Okay, good. You seem like a down home girl, man. Like like you keep it simple. I like that. Like that. No doubt. With Jordan Dorsey, what's next season going to look like for you in terms of academics? What kind of courses will you be taking? What would that look like for you when you're off the court?
So I am going to take a management certification. So I'm going to get a certificate in management. It's basically like a master's type class, but it's like 1 year. So I only got 1 year left, and get that while I'm here.
Outstanding. Jordan Dorsey, it has been a pleasure. I wanted to talk to you for a while. You're a very intriguing person, very interesting person, and certainly just have so many options open for you. And super excited about next season, man. When you look at Shaq coming back and the Tuckers and the Bracones and just what we have brought in thus far, looks like it's going to be what could be an impactful season. So looking forward to you guys getting back out on the court and looking forward to you guys generating those kind of crowds that you were starting to generate during the WNIT and all of those things. And hopefully we'll put a ring on it. How about that?
Hey, fingers crossed.
Jordan Dorsey, the starting point guard for the women's basketball team here on the Aggie PrideCast. Thank you for joining us. We'll try to come back next week with our final show. We hope you guys have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.